mean, I think, well, I want to go back just quickly to something that you were talking about before, about these other currents that were already happening and things, you know, punk rock and stuff that we had been involved with it in some capacity, you know, since we were in high school, basically. And I think that you know, up to when we started Merge and the labels that we've already talked about that existed at that time. And I think that what that points out is that we really started the label as fans of music, you know what I mean, and of these other labels. And so I think that the main, if there was any concept behind the label, and frankly behind Superchunk as well, it is that, you know, we wanted to put out the kinds of records that we would have wanted to buy ourselves, you know, when we go into the record store. And so I think that informs, I think that sets the label on a certain course if you're coming at it from that angle rather than, let's start a business, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was never really intended to be a business, you know, it became one. But I've already forgotten what your actual question was.
Well, I guess you're probably getting around to saying that now that has completely flip-flopped and you put out records that you don't like at all.
Yeah. That's the trajectory.
Yeah. I know, but I mean, I think that is, you know, I'm sure people often ask you what's the secret of your longevity. I'm sure that's it. You love the music that you put out.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think that it's, in some ways, South by Southwest, you come here and there's a lot of, people talk a lot about expectations. You know, we're expecting this band to be the talk of South by Southwest, or we're expecting this band to really blow up after this festival kind of thing. But I think somewhat conversely, our whole thing has always been about operating without expectations. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, well, if we love this thing and we do it, then whether 500 people buy it or 5,000 or 50,000, it's a success if it's a great record, right? So, I think like having no plan and just kind of operating and like, oh, it's working, we'll just keep doing this. This thing is not working, we'll stop doing that. I think like just kind of moving forward that way, it's not really like a business plan that you can give to someone and say, here's a blueprint, and it sounds a little bit conservative is not the right word, but it's and neither is self-defeating. But I guess I'm just saying like it's a little bit about
not overextending.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there is that